So after I've done that, now I want to say where I've done it. I want to talk about specifically strength and conditioning coaching experience. So the problem with being a young strength coach right now is that you go between needing money and trying to get experience. And so you kind of go in and out. You got an internship, then you go work at Gold's Gym, and then you go, maybe a GA, and then maybe you go work at a performance center, and then you go and you apply for the assistant strength coach at the University of Missouri. Well, you've got to make it believable for me to hire you, and you've got to truly show me that this is what you want to do. That you want to be a college strength and conditioning coach, a pro strength and conditioning coach, a performance coach. If your resume, your experience is blended, then I may not hire you because I don't know if you want to be a personal trainer. I don't know if you want to be a performance coach. I don't know if you want to be a strength coach. All your experience kind of shows it might be equal in those areas, right? So by listing coaching experience and specifically saying only that and what you're applying for, it shows me that that's what you're working towards, that's what you want, but then you turn around and you're doing other things to kind of facilitate that. I almost did not get hired with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because I had assistant defensive backs coach in college where I played, and I was just doing that to get coaching experience. But on my resume, it showed football, and they, a pro strength coach doesn't want somebody that just wants to get in the weight room to turn around and go be a football coach, right? So you gotta want to make sure you continue to show this is what I want to do, even if it's one experience. That's okay. At least you're showing that you understand that that's what you want to do. So the format, position, the organization. If you have multiple, like I was an assistant at South Florida, then I was a head strength coach at South Florida. You would combine those. If you were a GA or an intern then a GA, combine those and just list where you list dates. List GA from 2000 to 2002, intern from 99 to 2000. The most recent experience being the top. And then bullet or supervisor, this is important. So 17 years later, I was the head strength coach. I'm the head strength coach for Eastern Michigan. My supervisor was my head football coach when I played in college. So I can start to connect the names. Or maybe a supervisor leaves. So the people that have worked for me at Tennessee, by putting my name down at Eastern Michigan as a supervisor, somebody might recognize that from having been somewhere else. And they can connect it on my references. Resume builders, you want to make sure you put internships down, volunteer opportunities, anything you can do to get team coaching experience if you want to be a team strength and conditioning coach. If your number one experience is D1 and you're going for University of Miami, then you're not working with the same population. It's just not. It's just that you're not working in a team setting. So you want to make sure that you're putting down the experience that you want. So, and then when you use bullets, you want to make sure you're using lots of action verbs. So I limit it to 3. If you do it, make sure that those 3, that you've consolidated your experience, but you've turned around and you've jazzed it up as best you can. So if you look at mine, I've got coaching experience. Now, I've got an extensive coaching background, so it's all right. I put the logos in just to kind of add some flair, which is fine. It's a little bit of that is okay, all right? And the places that I've been kind of stand out, so it helps, But, I've got director, I've got Eastern Michigan, current, January 2014 to present, my supervisor, and what his position is, If I put bullets in now, because I'm trying to keep my resume to 2 pages, I know what a GA strength coach does. I know what an intern strength coach does. Or if I don't know, I can call and ask you. Most of the people that I turn resumes into now, head football coaches, athletic directors, they know what a director of strength and conditioning does. So I don't need to put a bunch of bullets. If I do, I just put a couple, and mostly things that stand out. So like the Bengals, we were AFC North champions. At South Florida, we went to a lot of bowl games. I got the strength coach of the year when I was there. All those types of things. So those things kind of stand out. But if you look at the South Florida experience, when I first got hired, I was hired as an assistant. Right after NFL Europe. And so I have from June 2000 to June 2001, assistant strength coach. 2001, 2010, I was the head strength coach. And then I had a title change as well to assistant athletic director. Very clean, very short, not a lot of bullets, all those types of things. And turn around, it goes into the second page with NFL Europe, Tampa Bay, Kansas City, on and on and on. But now, NFC Championship game with Tampa Bay. But, names are going to start, you're going to see Peter Voss as the head football coach for Berlin. Well, he ended up working with us in South Florida later on. And it just, again, names kind of, coaches change positions. So that connection, it helps. So after the coaching experience, I'm going fast, but, we only got 40 minutes. You go right into related experience. So all those other jobs that we're talking about, D1, football coaching, personal training, whatever, this is a good spot for it if you feel like it's going to help you. All right? So format's the same as the coaching experience. Resume builders is anything non-strength and conditioning coaching, but in the coaching profession. And so, I was the head strength coach, but the title was human performance coordinator for all of Army Special Operations. And so that's pretty cool, right? It stands out. So I wanted to include that. I've been a football coach. That stands out to a football coach typically. I worked an all-star game. That stands out. I've been state director. And this is exactly how it shows up on my resume. So again, thinking about real estate, a lot of times you left adjust, left align, you got all this open spot on the right, use it. So mine goes side by side, matching experiences, and so I'm using the entire thing. After that, speaking engagements. So I've got coaching experience, related experience, speaking engagements. All right, so even though right now you're not speaking at the NSCA conference, you can definitely go speak at your local high schools or in college courses or a youth team, and the way that you format it is basically the organization. So if you said the Gladstone Gladiators in 1999 and did team-based speed development, I don't know what the Gladstone Gladiators are. That might be a rugby team over in NFL, over in Europe or something. I don't know, but it's the youth football team I played for. You know what I mean? And so, again, I put that up there until I can take it off. But it shows that I'm a professional, that I'm out and I'm in front of people speaking and writing, which would be the next thing, but that I'm going out and I'm doing those things and I'm comfortable in front of a group. So this is mine. So this is an old resume. Now I don't even include it, to be honest with you. I include it as an addendum. But, I broke it down into international, national, regional. And so it's basically the organization, United Kingdom Strength and Conditioning Coaches Association, the National Conference, 2010, and then our conditioning program was the title.